I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Shall I call the roll?
Yes, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Flag, you know
Trustee
that.
Alfonsine. Here. Trustee Bender.
Yeah.
Trustee Martin. Here. Trustee Sellers.
Here.
Supervisor Sellers.
Here.
Thank you.
Good. Okay. First item on the agenda is the approval of minutes of the February 18,
No,
2014.
it's March 3rd.
March 3rd.
Do you have the right agenda?
Do I have the right one?
You got
Oh,
February 18th.
I do have it on there. It's wrong. It should be March 3rd. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
You got March 17th.
I do.
Should be.
February 18th.
Right.
I did too.
So
It should be March 3rd.
March 3rd, 2014, Town Board regular meeting. I need a motion and a second.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes for March 3rd, 2014.
I second.
Motion by Sellers, second by Altonson.
I can't second.
Yes, you
No.
can.
Two seconds.
Anyone
No.
have to go?
Oh, really?
You don't have
Oh, I
to
thought-
admit here.
Oh, I thought
Okay.
you always told us that we couldn't.
Did you
Not
run
that
it
I know.
over?
City council at 12:15.
Okay.
We're in
I
here
looked
at-
that up once, and I,
Did you?
yeah,
Yeah.
or at least for a second, I know. You don't,
Yeah.
Are there any questions on the minutes? Okay. The next,
We need to have a vote.
oh yeah, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. I'm a little confused there. Okay. Now, the next item on the agenda is the approval of annual town meeting agenda. I need a motion and a second, please.
Do we have that?
Yeah, you should have gotten it in your.
No.
No. You should have gotten it in your packet,
On the last page.
Oh, you mean on the,
in the email. This is
I
what it
pulled
is.
everything you said.
Did you guys get it?
No, I didn't get
sent
it all.
Maybe she forgot to send it.
I move
Copy
for
of it right
approval
now
of
for
the
everybody.
annual town
Oh, here it
meeting.
is.
Okay.
You have it.
You've got it? It's a-
I got it.
You do have it?
No.
Yeah, it's on the last page.
Yeah.
I did it, I did
So I need
download
1,
all.
2, 3. Mike, you have it? This?
Copy this.
yes, I think so.
Yep, I got
I
it.
just put it in there.
Make 5 of them, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you get one, Kathy? No. I think there's 2 there. There's one there. There you go.
Thanks, Barb.
Vicki?
Thank you.
Here's Mikey, in case you don't have it.
Thank you.
This is pretty much the agenda that has done in the years past. I took it off of the Twarma book and off of what was done last year.
I move for approval.
A second.
Question. At what point does anything additional get added to this?
If it doesn't pass, you can add it as of
March
March
1st.
1st.
March 1st was the
Right.
deadline?
It's
Yes.
it's on, in your red book, it's on pages, I think, 44 and 45. It says a group of 15 or more registered voters may request additional agenda items.
Okay, I thought last time in the minutes, there was a different opinion.
I wasn't here last time, I don't know.
That's what it says in there, according to,
But the question was
Yeah, you are.
raised last time.
I think think you asked the question. Like,
You're
Yes, I asked the
Yeah.
question.
Voters may request an agenda item for consideration by giving written notice to the specific request to the township clerk no later than March 1st before the annual meeting. Items not on the published agenda may not be considered or added to the agenda at the meeting.
Okay, so why weren't we notified when you got that information? Because here it says I asked, and you said you would research it and have
You
an
asked at the
answer.
last meeting,
Yes,
and
you
it was
did.
still too late at the last
Yeah.
meeting.
It was March
Because March
3rd.
1st
It's
was the
already
deadline.
March 3rd,
Yeah.
Yep,
and we didn't even have an answer then.
I
So
wasn't
we
here.
didn't know then.
but we know, but it still wouldn't have mattered. Even if I knew the answer, we still couldn't add anything on.
Okay, I think that's just a little bit,
But I'm
Floppy.
saying, didn't Mike say it's in the book?
yeah, it's in the book.
I mean, all the other years, did you know?
No,
No.
No, we don't.
But we had a 48 hour,
That the
but
meeting was
that's all right.
fall, that we would be getting one.
You guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 6. Okay.
So, last year's letter from John Cook then was appropriately handled.
No idea.
Well,
I
we
don't
don't
know.
know, we have no idea.
It came in the night before the meeting.
Oh, probably not then. It was,
Okay.
no, according to the law,
Right.
we could not have been considered.
So I don't.
Just so we make that clear, because there was a lot of controversy that it was purposely let off. And,
Oh, I don't.
I
didn't
remember
hear-
hearing
I don't know
that.
anything
I
about
don't.
that.
okay,
All I know is that's
Right.
what,
So.
okay, just to make that clear.
Well, we don't know about that.
Well, we do now.
okay, we need to vote then.
Yes.
So we have a motion, a first and Bender first and trustee Sellers seconded.
Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Next on the agenda is the approval of line item transfers to shelter and rent, number 5239, and food, personal and clothing line item number 5356. I need a motion and a second, please. The information is there. And attached is the expenditure of the budget reports.
Okay. Oh, I'll wait.
Where's that again, that, Pat? Is it on this page?
No, that's the expenditure of the budget report. Here are the
Request for line item transfers.
Oh,
reports.
oh, these
GA.
two, then.
Yes, GA1
Okay.
and
GA1 and
GA2.
Okay. I was like, they stick it together.
And so it's clear, this is in the form of a resolution, okay? You'll notice at the effective paragraph, it says, "Be it resolved." So when we index these, we'll index them under the resolutions.
Okay, is it shown on here where the transfer was?
Transfer hasn't been made yet.
Will it show on something like this?
It'll show on that, yes.
Okay, do you know where, because you already made the adjustment, can you tell us where?
First of all, can we have a motion?
Right.
And a
A
second
motion and a
before we
second
discuss
before we have
it?
So
discussion.
moved.
Second.
Motion by Bender, second by Robinson.
Thank you.
Okay, now what's the question?
General Assistance Fund, it says, $5,000 will be transferred to the line item food and personal clothing in GA, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so, general assistance, which line item then on this budget is being affected?
It will be in line item 5239, which is shelter, and line item 5356, which is personal.
Okay, so
Food
where
and
does
clothing.
it come from?
Where's shelter?
Where does it come from?
What page?
It says it comes from general assistance,
Which line item
$5,000.
does it be deducted from, and which
Yeah.
line is it added to, I think is what she's
Yeah.
asking.
Ah, okay. That information not in here, is it? I gotta put it in there.
That's kind of my fault, I did not get back to the supervisor in time, I was at the Chambers of Commerce with my wife today. And I did not get a chance to fully do that. I was gonna add those line items in there. We discussed it and said,
Right.
that was my fault for not getting that done.
Okay, but do we know, but you must know where they were, where they come from. 'Cause-
Yeah, it would come out of, it has to come out of GA.
Right,
Job search dash S. So, 1 second.
Keep going.
This is general town fund. This would be the
Yeah, general town
assistance
fund.
Keep
First.
going. Job search.
Job search is line item 02-72-5242
On the back page.
dash
Last one.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Is that the only job search?
Job search,
there.
yes.
Job
There
search.
should be
4
another one.
down.
02725242,
Mhm.
okay.
Yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Okay,
So 5,000 is coming out of there.
So that's gonna make that 5,000 instead of 10, right?
Yep.
and the money that's coming out of there, which is $5,000, is transferred to the, I'm looking at GA1, line item food, personnel, clothing.
It's 02-433-4356
Mm-hmm.
dash 0.
Right.
Everything's on the
Oh, I
back
did.
page.
Oh,
Right
got
there.
it, got it.
Okay, that's GA1. As for GA2,
So is that gonna make
Right,
that
sure.
30,000 in?
Yes.
And then contingency.
Mm-hmm. A lot of contingency.
I'm sorry, this is your preparation.
No, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Yes.
I was looking for the contingency line.
Yep.
Contingency, yes. And then general assistance.
Where's contingency?
That's it.
Just a second. Sorry. Hold on a second. Where's my contingency line?
Well, the contingency is $2,000. According to our finance people, contingency is a $2,000. I wonder if she changed the name of
The
it.
name of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got several ones in here that have $2,000 in the GA fund.
Because I know she's gonna consolidate some lines.
Yeah,
I wonder, what's travel and expenses, cause I see that's $2,000,
Mhm.
and they've only used 733, so, cause
You
how
know-
much are they taking out of that?
2,000.
Oh, they're taking the whole 2,000.
They're
okay.
taking it 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
So it must be somewhere that.
Said $0 $2,000.
it's got to be contingency supervisor because it's got a dash S after it. So as opposed to the
I think I
assessor.
remember seeing a contingency in the original budget.
There is always a
There is.
contingency line item in
Yeah,
budgets.
that's why,
I was looking
sorry
for
I don't
something
have
that-
my original budget because it seems I remember.
Well, I do. If it's been passed out to you to say, hey, look. Okay. This is general assistance.
Contingency.
Yeah, but make sure I'm in the right fund, I want to make sure. See, general assistance fund, okay. In the original comparison for expenditures, the budget from May 2013, it had line item 02-66-5000-0 entitled contingencies, and it was $2,000.
Okay, now, when do you have our January, when we did our January budget, when we did our amended budget, was contingency still in there?
Are you talking about the changes?
No,
when
Oh,
we-
Yeah, it should be in
I should,
there.
okay. Well, I'm not sure because that was just, yeah, we did, okay, we'll check. Because we did change the GA fund, right? Okay. This is January, hold on 1 second. Okay, and budget and appropriation ordinance, okay. General Assistance Fund, here it is. Yes, it was in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
02-66-5000-0, contingencies,
Okay,
$2,000.
so it just didn't get carried
On
over
to
here,
here,
so
yes.
this needs to be changed.
Either that or she did consolidate
She
some
may
of
have
the,
consolidated the
of the
line.
line items,
Okay,
but yeah.
can we check?
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll have to ask her.
Check to see
Yeah.
where contingency went. Because obviously it's still in there if it was
Right.
in the amended budget in
Mhm.
January. Okay,
Okay.
and so then that went into the 232,000.
Mhm.
So that was a total amount? Rick might find that.
Wait a minute. And the second line, just say 23.
Shelter rent is what it went into.
Mhm.
Okay, hold on.
All the way to the top,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yep. 02-42-5239-0. In effect, you're
Right there.
I got it.
adding $7,000 to that line item.
7?
Yeah, 5,000 were transferred from job search, and 2,000 transferred from contingencies,
And both went into
shelter rent,
shelter. Okay.
in GA2.
Yeah, okay. Got it. Okay. So it wasn't personal food and clothing, it's up here at shelter. Okay.
There any more questions?
Yeah. Both of them went into shelter and rent and not food, personal clothing,
No,
correct?
no.
Okay.
One went into one went into food and clothing.
Oh, one
One
did.
one went into food. Other one went into
Yeah,
Rent and
GA1
shelter.
is transferred into food and clothing.
Right.
GA2 is what's shelter rent.
shelter rent.
Okay, so that became 227. And the
The-
food and clothing then became
30.
30,000, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's 30,000. Well, this one wouldn't be 232
No,
then.
it'd be
Well, you added 7,000 to it.
Yeah, this one should only be 227, not 232.
You added both of
Wait a
them
minute.
to just one.
You're looking at GA2?
yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. As I read it, it says you're taking $5,000 from job search
Mhm.
and transferring that 5,000 into shelter rent.
Shelter, all right.
And you're also taking $2,000 from contingencies, and you're transferring that also into shelter rent.
Okay, all right.
That's why the shelter rent ends up as 232.
Okay, then we have to change, our agenda says it's going into shelter and rent and food and clothing, so we have to knock off food and clothing. Because it's all going.
That's what was given to me. That's exactly.
So it's all going into to shelter.
No,
No.
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 No, see,
No.
there's two transfers.
There's
One
two
transfer's
transfers.
going into
Okay.
shelter rent. One transfer's going into food, personal clothing. The agenda is correct in that regard.
Okay, then the transfer of appropriation is incorrect because it says 232. It should only say 230.
As I read it, I could be right or wrong, it says it's taking $5,000 from job search and transferring that to shelter rent.
Correct.
Right.
And it's also taking $2,000 from contingencies and transferring that into shelter rent. Shelter rent.
He's saying no.
Who's saying that?
Oh, I say, no, I didn't say that.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you said no.
No, I didn't say
Okay,
that.
so then, where it says on our agenda, food and personal clothing, nothing is going into food and personal clothing, correct?
food and personal clothing, I
Yes.
believe is in GA 1.
So you got two different
Got
ones.
two different
ones.
You got two
documents.
different, you got 5,000 there and 2,000 there.
Okay.
That's all going into this.
Okay,
Okay, you got 5,000 there, that's going into food and clothing.
okay.
So that's
Where did it come from then?
From job
Okay.
search.
Job search, we only took 5,000 from.
5,000,
Okay.
twice we took 5,000.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
took everything out of job search? Because it only has 10,000 in it. So you took actually 10,000 out of job search.
Let's read what it says.
She took job search totally out.
Yeah, it looks
So,
like that. It
yeah.
looks like
She
that's
took it
been
Right.
totally
zero.
out,
So-
so zero.
Right, we took 5,000 out twice.
Yes, that is
One went to
correct.
shelter, one went to
Right.
food and personal
Right,
clothing.
right. So you got 7 in one and 5 in the other.
Okay,
And then job search is zero.
okay. That's
And-
where
and
I didn't.
contingency is going to zero also.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay, so then contingency, so altogether then we've transferred $12,000, right?
Right.
That's correct. That
Okay,
looks
so we
correct.
just have to track down the 2,000 contingency, where that
Down?
got changed. Yes.
Why, you just want to know why it's down.
Why
We
it's not
have
on
to
here.
check to see why
Right,
it's
yeah,
not
why it's
on
not
here,
here.
where it
I
Uh-huh.
understand what you're saying.
yeah, where it got combined or changed or whatever. Got it, okay.
Okay.
Ready for roll call vote?
Yes.
Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Okay. Bender,
Aye.
Martin,
Aye.
Altense,
Aye.
Sellers,
Aye.
Sellers.
Aye.
All right, motion passed.
Yes, okay. The next item on the agenda is the approval of claims and demands. I need a motion and a second, please.
I move for approval of the claims and demands.
I second.
Motion by
And
Brenda,
I have
second
some
by Allison.
questions.
All right.
Mr. Pellini,
Mm-hmm.
$3,000.
Yes.
What was that all about?
We are working on our personnel rules and regs and the board's rules and regs.
It'd be
Okay.
kind of pricey to be doing rules and regs for personnel.
No.
How much
no,
does he get an
I
hour?
don't think so. I think he's at $250 an hour.
That's
Who
about
did
right.
our personnel policy before when we finally got one?
Where are they?
We did it ourselves, and it was not,
I was gonna say, where are they?
wasn't reviewed by an attorney.
Yeah, it
So
would have been,
it was-
it
it
would have
was-
been reviewed by
Excuse
our
me,
corporate
excuse me,
counsel.
excuse me,
It was.
excuse me, I have the floor. It was vague, it was gray, and we need to tighten it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some spots in there
Yes.
that you could go either way.
Yes, and it needs to be tightened up.
Yeah.
Okay, also, I see on the same date you have Compass Computer Company.
Mhm.
One for $333, the other one for $661. Okay, I see back here though, that's when the check was written. Okay, it's two different dates.
Mhm.
We talked about the Linden Street,
Yes.
and then I noticed also on the back, there's another Linden Street which the same person owns. So we're actually paying rent to her for 3 different houses
Wow.
that we're not sure are really
Exactly.
licensed as rooming houses. And I think we need to keep track of that,
Mhm.
because it looks to me like a lot of these people, it's just a single-family dwelling. And I see another one here on Beaver Street. So it makes you wonder whether people are just opening up their houses
Right.
Yep.
to get the
and telling people to come in,
$245 a month.
Or you come here and stay, and are they really even staying there?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
What I'll do is, we have a call in to Mr. Menke. I'll add these other addresses to address.
Yeah, I forgot to ask him about the last ones.
Okay, I'll add them on there. I'll talk to him tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Mr. Who?
Menke, he's the city
Zoning
inspector.
inspector.
Oh, okay.
I see the gas cards are down, which looks good.
That's good.
Yes, they
That's
are.
really looks. Just one more question. On the media productions, what kind of hits, you said you were going to let us know how many people are really looking at?
We've had over 800 hits.
That's for the last 7 months, 6
Mm.
months, 7 months.
No, since it's been up.
Since it's been up.
But I mean,
We've
it's
had,
it's still looking
Mhm.
way back.
Yep. So
Okay.
we are getting more and more hits every day.
So we're up to date then, everything is on there up to March, I guess.
As far as our videos go,
Mhm.
yes, we're still adding the agendas and all the other information on there. It's a process, and we're working through it.
Okay, so how many months are on now?
As far as video,
Mhm.
clear up through last meeting.
Okay.
Okay, I did receive a phone call saying they thought that it was a little pricey. Thought you should compare it with what the city pays.
Okay.
I don't know, that's what I was
So
wondering.
that's part of the cable
It
franchise.
used to be the
That could be
franchise from cable,
cable.
but
It's a cable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're,
I don't recall we paid anything.
I don't think we
Passed.
ever did. Yeah,
It's whether Comcast will come here and do this one.
Right.
Have they been asked?
We haven't had it videotaped, so that's why, right?
But they just broadcast it live over the cable. They don't
Mhm.
tape it. It's not
They just
available.
don't
For some- If you
live.
miss it, you can't see
Right,
it.
you can't go
Yeah,
back and
right,
see
you
it,
can't go see
so,
it.
you know, that's the thing that, you
Yeah.
know, it's good here, because you can go back and,
It's archived.
right. Once you're done, you're done.
Any more questions on claims of demand? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Martin.
Aye.
Sellers.
Aye.
Bender.
aye.
Altensee.
Aye.
Sellers.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Righty. Next on the agenda is the supervisor's report. I'll be as brief as possible. On March 14th, we had our second wave of educational assessments. 7 people were contacted. 7 people showed up.
Oh, good.
That's the message.
Yes, the message, the word is out that we are serious about what we're doing.
Well, good.
So, and we are going to get the results of their tests back probably in the next couple weeks. A little tidbit note on that. We had a young lady that's a client of ours who went through the tutoring course at Highland, 40-hour course at Highland, and now she's a tutor
Oh, good.
And for her community work and training hours, she may be allowed to tutor some of the clients here, to
Good.
give her the experience in tutoring.
And that
So-
also builds up their self-esteem.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And, you know, want to do better and, you know,
Right.
that's good.
All righty, next thing, reminder, the supervisor's dinner is April 15th at 6 p.m. at Pearl City Cafeteria at high school, Pearl High School in the
And I know
cafeteria.
where that is.
All right?
If anybody wants to ride with me, just let me know.
Tickets need to be purchased in advance.
Yes. And I will let everyone know when the tickets are available.
At what
$25
time?
per person?
At
I
what time?
think it's 20, between
Okay.
20 and 25. I think it's $20. It says 6.
And be hungry,
Oh,
the
Yeah.
food. Because the food is really, really good.
We are almost done with the first draft of our budget for the supervisor's office. I think you guys may be pleased. We got a little bit more work to do on it, but I'll have a first draft to you guys here pretty soon here. Okay?
Okay.
good.
All righty. Got some sad news though.
Oh,
I had to pass on the donated van to us. I had to pass on it. Torma says that they would not insure our volunteer drivers, nor would they insure clients driving the van. And we're not in a position to hire a person to drive the van. So as opposed to us taking it and having it sit around, they're going to donate to someone else. So
you need it, Nikki?
Can always use another van, yeah.
are you serious?
Huh, yeah,
I'll get a hold of them for you tomorrow.
have them call us, yeah.
Okay.
We've got one van going down.
It's a nice van.
Yes, it is.
Really
How
nice
that
van.
works?
Yeah.
It's a very nice van.
Low miles. Body's in good shape.
Until you get the wrong driver.
Yep, I'll do that. We have here a thank you card from Miss Kathy Aldency. I will pass this around so everyone can read it. And that's all from the supervisor. All right? Next on the agenda is the assessor's report.
The only thing I have to report on is that Board of Review finished up on Friday. We're still waiting on some final values from the county, but then by the next meeting, we should be able to tell you what the damage was there.
Okay.
So,
All right.
that's it, thank you.
Next, trustees report. Trustees, anything? Oh, I'm sorry.
Just that, did you look into that idea of looking at maybe reducing our meetings from 2 a month to 1 a month?
I looked into it and I spoke with our chief financial officer. And our billing cycle probably wouldn't allow us to do that. Because we have it set up to where we pay twice a month. It will go down to once a month.
Okay,
And so-
can that be changed? I mean, the county board has a much larger,
It's-
system than we do, and they're doing to 1 a month.
It's actually a board's decision.
One's enough.
Well,
It's
it
actually the
saved
board's decision.
$2,000 a month.
So that will be up to the board.
Should I write up a proposal for next meeting and present it?
If you want, you
Yeah.
can make a motion. If you don't want to do that.
I would rather write it up to show everybody where the savings would be.
Okay.
Rather than just fly by the seat of my pants.
Okay.
Because if the county board can do it, we can certainly do it.
Okay, well,
Their budget is much, much larger than ours by probably 4 or more.
So you're going to draft a what?
I'll
A proposal.
draft a proposal.
Okay.
That the board could look at,
Okay.
Okay, can I ask a question?
and I would
Mhm.
send it to you.
I would just like to know, why do you think that that's good? I mean, out of all the years, why now? I mean, out of all the, how many years they've been meeting twice a month, why now it'd be good to
Okay.
have one? I'm just asking.
Because our board meetings in the past
Mhm.
were probably anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. In the last 6 months here, we're lucky to go more than 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes at most. So it would appear to me that that could be consolidated into one. In fact, I think it was even discussed last year, and we had the same issue that came up about our payment schedule. However, people were going to look into it to see if there was a way that those bills could be adjusted so that that our billing people knew that we were only going to meet once a month and adjusted their bills accordingly. But somehow that got lost in the shuffle of the election, I think.
Now, we have to also keep in mind that we are co-owners of this building, and we pay half of a bill. So we have to make sure that if the board decides to go to one meeting per month, that we don't damage the VAC by that.
And how could we damage the VAC?
By let's say we have bills that are due, and then all of a sudden we have late charges, and now we're paying that because the bill didn't get paid because our billing cycle didn't fall within.
Late charges of $10, $15, even $20 is not going to even come close to the $2,000 that could be saved.
Yeah, but why have
I
a
don't
credit
like
where
late charges.
you have a credit where you're
Bad
doing
credit.
late charges?
I
You
don't
know what
like
mean?
late
No,
charges.
there's a way to contact the billing people to let them know that we've made some changes. And if we've made some changes, they will make changes. That's what they did at the county board.
But all the hoo-ha that was brought on the table was Cindy's check not getting issued in time for
Yeah.
just one account.
We have to have late charges.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one account with late charges hardly matches $2,000
Well,
savings.
Do it
We
12
surely
times
don't
a
want
year.
that, we don't want that, that we're always late on our bills
Right.
either.
The reputation.
That's
That's what
not a
I'm
good.
saying.
Yeah,
we don't
but
want
if
that.
That's not
our
good.
billing people knew that we were only meeting once a month and adjusted their billing process to our meeting date, I think that's possible. Because I don't think the county board's paying late charges.
But I'm saying, we ain't the county board, but I'm just
But
saying.
it's bigger than we are.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, we ain't, but this is what I'm also saying, is that I understand what you're saying, I really do, but I'm also saying that, yes, some of our meetings are, I mean, hey, that's good, we're efficient, we look at our
I think
meetings,
we
we
got our
get things
act
done.
together.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there are times when we do have certain things that we do, talk about a little deeper and, whatever. And I hate for us to switch over and do all that and get things lined up doing once a month, and then we have to, because that's gonna
Special
cut
meetings.
a lot of different things, which, I understand what you're saying, but, it sounds good, but we've only been doing this board's hasn't even been here for a year. Let us try it, maybe, and see how things are, and then, make a decision. We
So
haven't
you
even been
want me to wait on my proposal until
No, you
we've
can
been
do.
here a year?
No, I'm saying you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, this is how I feel. And I just feel that we haven't even, what is it, May, that we'll be a board for a year? And, you wanna cut just because we're doing good, but I understand, but I think we should wait and see how we do as time goes on. You know what I mean? I think we got a lot of.
I will be happy to
Okay.
wait a couple of months until we've had a year under our belt, but I still think $2,000 a month is a significant savings, but
I do too, but I'm just saying, I would like to, let us kind of work together for a while and see how things go.
after the first year is done. I'm okay with that, but I still think we need to address it because our timing is such that we really get through these meetings quite quickly.
How is it $2,000?
We would save half the cost of production, which is 1,500 or about 1,000 something. We would save the cost of Michael being here. We'd save 1,060 on that, and I have to go through the rest of them. We'd save a 40 per diem on those of us that are elected officials.
And you wish, don't you, to make that kind of money,
So
yeah.
you don't get paid that per meeting, do you?
No.
$125 an hour is what I bill you.
You get $125 an hour, okay.
That's what I bill.
Well, you would only have to prepare for, one meeting instead of two.
True.
So after how many years of, especially you that have been on
Right.
the board for how long, all of a
Yeah.
sudden now we want to change
Yeah,
it?
no, we want to save some money.
Well, if it's saving taxpayer dollars, I think we have a right
And
as
I agree.
stewards of the
Right.
taxpayer dollars to
And
look at.
I agree with
Yeah,
you
that's
totally,
true.
but I'm just saying, why
Okay.
all of a sudden,
And
the great, I
plan
mean, I
all my
understand,
activities
I'm not
around these
wrong with you, but I'm
meetings.
just, I would like to, with me being new, I would like to get used to doing what I'm doing, learning what I'm learning, and I don't wanna be consolidated, rushed now, and then later on down the road, as time goes on, we might have bigger, meetings, and why should we consolidate everything and put everything into one meeting when it might be a 2-meeting thing, you know? And then there's no need in doing special meetings.
Well,
That's
yeah, and
all.
look at how many closed sessions, executive sessions, we've been able to combine into our regular meetings. Look at the money we've saved there.
We always do that. We always do executive sessions with regular meetings.
You know, we didn't in the beginning.
We had a few extra,
Well,
we've had a
we
few
had
special
extra
meetings.
meetings.
So-
Now,
We've had a few
now-
special
now-
meetings.
Now they're
Trustee.
consolidated.
Yeah, you
Now
got
they're
paid extra,
consolidated.
yeah.
But I think we should.
We've already had
I mean,
some
that's
meetings
my
that
personal-
lasted
yeah,
10
that's
minutes.
fine.
I'm fine with
You
waiting
know,
until
a
the
lot
end
of
of the year.
meetings, 10 minutes, 15 minutes in the past, so if we have a 15-minute meeting now, that's rare.
Yeah.
Right.
We're always out of here before 6, but if the
Funny, but my
discussion
clock
goes
was
on longer,
6:30
we're
last
not.
time I was here.
I mean, I don't have, I mean, I just,
Yeah.
The last meeting was exceptionally short because we had 2
Well,
people
and
absent.
I wasn't here, sorry.
And I wasn't.
That's okay. I'm happy to wait until the end of our first full year and revisit it.
Okay. Any other comments from the trustees? Other business?
Nothing.
Public comments? Any public comments? Please state your name and your
My name
address.
is Barb Kennison. I live at 2556 Stevenson Circle, Freeport, Illinois. When I'm looking through the bills here, I saw town benefit, paying a benefit for being a member of the Freeport Chamber of Commerce. I was just wondering, what does the Chamber of Commerce do for you?
Right.
And if they don't do anything for you, it's time to just leave them by the wayside, because I can't see anywhere where they would help you out.
That's true.
I think that's
I
a
agree.
wonderful idea,
I agree. That's why I don't.
because it's just a social hour.
Yes.
That's what it is.
It's
That's what
networking.
it is.
Yeah.
Right.
And why should we have to pay the network?
That's right, because they're gonna come to you anyway.
Right.
Somebody, you don't have to advertise.
Great idea.
Off and on, we have not been members.
You know what? I used to be a Chamber of Commerce member, and they didn't do a darn thing for us.
Yeah.
So we got rid of them.
Yeah. Well, we haven't always been a member. I think when we've had some lean years, we weren't, and then some of us just went to the chamber dinner and paid our own way.
Well, then you can do that
But
again.
recently,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too.
Because we haven't always
Totally.
been members.
So board members, do I look into this? I can look into it. and see
Yeah,
the-
I would look into
Okay.
it.
How much
I see
how
it.
much is it to the chamber?
Is this
130
monthly?
a year, but it's
Okay.
split between the assessor and the township.
Oh, yeah, that's yeah.
Right.
Any more public comments? I
Just
need
sign
a,
this, please.
I need a motion to adjourn until April 7th, 2014.
So moved.
Second.
Who
Motion
said
by-
so moved?
Nikki.
Bender? Okay, thank you.
Second by Summers.
Yeah, so is always. Always
All in
seconds that
favor?
motion.
Oh, aye.
Any opposed? This meeting is adjourned.